So, Hungary was a disaster for Ferrari, there's no two ways about it. Leclerc dropped from 1st to 6th place after switching to the hard compound tyre halfway through the race. Meanwhile, teammate Carlos Sainz finished 4th after falling out of contention for victory as Ferrari struggled throughout the race in cooler than expected conditions. But surprisingly, although team principal Matteo Binotto admitted that Ferrari misjudged Leclerc's strategy and should not have used the hards, he doubted Ferrari could have defeated Max Verstappen and Red Bull. When asked if Ferrari could win in Hungary, he responded, "I don't think so. What we were lacking today was really speed and pace. I don't think we could have won today, and the reason for that, I don't know. Because it's the first time in the first 13 races that we didn't have the speed to be there for the victory. We need to look at first into that performance-wise to understand. I'm pretty sure we'll then understand that, and we'll understand as well why the tyres were not working properly." Verstappen now has an 80-point lead over Leclerc in the F1 Drivers' Championship heading into the summer break. Ferrari's pace in Friday practice indicated that it was the team to beat, so the lack of performance in the race came as a surprise. Starting 3rd on the grid, Leclerc outpaced teammate Carlos Sainz early in the race, overtaking the Spaniard in the pit stops before passing pole-sitter George Russell's Mercedes for the lead on lap 31 of 70. However, a second pit stop and a change to the hard tyre appeared to undo all of Leclerc's hard work, as he struggled to warm up the white-walled rubber, the monogas cursing the tyres before falling behind eventual winner Max Verstappen and down the order. A late switch to soft seeing him emerge in the P6 position he'd eventually finish in, as Sainz also lost out to the Mercedes pair to finish. "I'm very disappointed obviously," said Leclerc. "The pace was really good on the medium tyres, the second stint also on mediums, everything was under control, and then we decided to stop on the hards. I don't exactly know what are the reasons behind this decision yet, but we'll speak with the team for me to understand. But clearly it wasn't the right decision, and I made it clear that I felt good on the medium, so I don't exactly know what happened." The Hungarian result means that Leclerc has only been on the podium once in the last 8 races, when he won the Austrian Grand Prix, and has only accumulated 8 points in the last 2 races compared to Verstappen's 50. When asked if this was a setback ahead of the summer break, with racing set to resume in Spa at the end of August, Leclerc responded, "Yes, but on the other hand I feel very motivated and I just want to get back in the car and win again. So yes, today hasn't been good, the last Sunday hasn't been good, but overall the pace is there. We just need to get better at putting everything together because it always felt like there's something going wrong and we need to get on top of this. By speaking with the team obviously and first understanding our mistakes and then getting better." Now, Ferrari enters the summer break trailing Red Bull by 97 points in the Constructors' Championship. And while Hungary was the most recent race in which Ferrari's strategy decisions were scrutinised, team principal Binotto denied that any changes were required at Maranello. "It's not a matter of bad luck and there's nothing to change as well. It's always a matter of continuous learning and building experience, building skills. Sunday, certainly there is something that you need to look at and understand why. But if I look again at the balance of the first half of the season, there is no reason why we should change. I think we simply need to address what was wrong today. We need to understand and then to address and get back competitive at the 12 races so far before Hungary and the reason why it could not be the case at the next one." Binotto was confident that Leclerc would be able to rest and relax before returning to the track even more hungry after the summer break, helping Ferrari in pushing forward and recovering from its recent run of form. As a leader, as he is key to continue building for the team and building for himself step by step, and I think to look at each single race as an opportunity to win. We're winning and losing all together. Today it's not been a great one, but I think there is still much potential and a lot of potential. We need to focus first to understand the reasons of today, address them, and come back even stronger. To be honest, not many people in the paddock agree with Binotto on this one. The reality is that Ferrari has dropped the ball far too many times this season, and a long history of poor strategy decisions doesn't help to alleviate that feeling. X1F driver Ralf Schumacher believes Ferrari has done too much damage this season to avoid a restructure, and team principal Matteo Binotto may be the first to go, slamming the Italian car manufacturer for its futile tactics in the Hungarian Grand Prix. Of course, this is not the first time Ferrari has given up valuable points from a strong position this season, and Red Bull's Max Verstappen even predicted success for his rivals in Hungary. When a team fails to perform, those at the top are often the first to take the heat, leading Schumacher to believe Binotto could be replaced. I already see Binotto in danger during the summer break. There are too many little things that went wrong and there are too many technical problems. When you get a gift like that, to be able to race for the World Championship again, and you jeopardize it like that and throw it away, it is very wry. It was a bad decision to use the tyres you needed in the race on Friday. That was bitter for Ferrari. I don't understand Leclerc's last stop. They gave away 2 more places. I don't think Red Bull expected this help. 6-time Grand Prix winner Schumacher, who drove for Williams, Toyota and Jordan across an 11-year career in Formula 1, was accustomed to seeing Ferrari win during his heyday. It was Ralph's older brother and F1 legend Michael who ended the manufacturer's 21-year wait for a title in 2000, going on to win 5 championships in a row for the prancing horses. Following the elder Schumacher's final title triumph in 2005, Kimi Räikkönen is the only other Ferrari driver to have won the biggest prize in motorsport in 2007. The shortcomings of the season are especially frustrating, given that the team effectively sacrificed the 2021 campaign in order to work on this year's car. It paid off, as the F175 has proven to be the fastest car on the grid at times this season. Nonetheless, Verstappen now leads the table by 80 points and appears to be on track for a successful title defense. Now, some people, including Carlos Sainz, support Matteo Binotto. The Spaniard defended his team, claiming that their car's performance was more of an issue in Hungary than the strategy itself. I don't know what we could have done better on strategy, but I can tell you that when the pace is bad like it was today, the strategy is always difficult because you don't have pace with any compound. You're always going to struggle with strategy because you have very little flexibility. Yes, the pit stop cost me today 2 times, and majorly in my second stint because from probably leading the race I went to P3 and having to manage the tyres a lot, which was a shame. But do you include that as a strategy? I don't know. I think today we were just slow. If you compare our pace against the Red Bull on Friday to our pace to the Red Bull today, there was clearly something in the car and in the tyres that we were not doing right. Sainz started in second place on the medium tyre, and despite coming close at the start, he was unable to pass pole sitter George Russell. He then attempted to overcut the Mercedes driver, but a slow pit stop hurt his chances and he instead lost a position to teammate Charles Leclerc, dropping him to 3rd place. Sainz then went long in the second stint before switching to the soft tyre for the finish. However, the Ferrari driver was once again unable to overtake Russell, instead being passed by the other Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton, forcing him to settle for 4th place. Honestly, the pace wasn't great. I think I was struggling a lot with the front tyres. The balance was nothing close to where it was on Friday, he admitted afterwards. I couldn't push on the tyres, and in the end 70 laps, I think we ended up more or less where we deserved to be because we just didn't have the pace we had on Friday. We clearly struggled as a team. We're a bit puzzled because we expected to have very good race pace coming from Friday, but it's clear that these lower temperatures, the track condition changes that we had today, there was something going on with the car and the tyres were just not fast. So, what are your thoughts? Was it Ferrari's strategy that was to blame? Or, like Binotto, do you believe it was the pace that was lacking on Sunday? We'd love to hear from you in the comments section below. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel, and don't forget to click the bell button to be notified of future videos.